How do we make sure you don't end up with an agent that gives you nightmares when you close your eyes? It could be personality, attentiveness, experience, availability, honesty, or maybe they just didn't like being around the agent. Sometimes it's that simple. So how does this happen anyways? Well, it all starts with how you're introduced. Will you be referred through a family or a friend that had a 5-star experience? Will you hire somebody you already know or that you've worked with in the past? Will you find some random guy in a fancy suit on the internet that you know nothing about?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
No matter the method, it's important to ask the right questions to see if you're a good fit. A buyer consultation, or with my process, a discovery call, is typically where the agent will try to learn all the goals, desires, dreams, financial background in an effort to give you the best home buying experience. The problem here is that most people, being the client, so you, get caught up in the entire meeting and they forget to qualify, ask questions, or even just get to know the agent, even on a personal level. Alrighty, so I've got 10, well, that was 5. I got 10 questions. You wanna hear them? Yes, you do. No problem. Let's get started. How long have you been in the real estate business? As an agent who's been around the block a few times is gonna have a better understanding of the local market, industry trends, and all the ins and outs of the home buying process. You should also make sure you ask the agent if they specialize in a specific niche, such as first-time buyers, investors, luxury homes, and so on. If they specialize in what you're looking for, oh boy, you're in good hands. On the flip side, don't have extremely high expectations. You don't need to find somebody who's been in the industry for like 90 years. Experience doesn't always come from time in industry. An agent that's been in the business for a year but did 50 transactions somehow might be more skilled than a 10-year realtor that maybe does only 3 a year.
That's a good point.
Why did you become a real estate agent? I know it might sound a little random and maybe a bit personal, but you're going to be spending a lot of time with your agent. You want to understand the how and why they do what they do. It's also a great way to understand how they operate to see if they're going to be a good fit for you. How many clients are you currently working with? An agent who is working with a large number of clients might have a proven track record of success and efficient systems and processes. Basically, they can get shit done.
I like that.
This also means they probably have a lot of experience and can handle multiple clients at a time. However, they might not be able to give you the individual attention you could be looking for. On the other hand, an agent who's only working with a few clients might be able to give you more of a one-on-one attention sort of thing and might be more available to you. However, they may not have as much experience as an agent that works with multiple clients. To be honest, there is no right or wrong answer here. It's important to balance out the level of attention you want with the agent's experience and track record. Will you be working solo or with a team? The pros of working with a solo agent might be that you can build a relationship with one person and one person only. It's important that a relationship can be built that you feel like you can trust your realtor and feel comfortable having difficult conversations and discussing sensitive topics. A solo agent is also 100% responsible for the entire home buying experience, meaning no blame will ever be passed on to someone else if something was to happen along the way.
I like the sound of that.
Then we have teams. One of the biggest pros of working with a real estate team is that it doesn't cost any additional money and you get extra professionals. Depending on the makeup of the real estate team, you could potentially have access to closing coordinators, marketing professionals, listing specialists, buyer specialists, and other professionals for the same cost as having a solo real estate agent. This really does come down to you and the type of relationship you want to have. Can you provide references or testimonials from your past clients? Asking for references or testimonials can give you an idea of the level of service and satisfaction other clients have experienced with the agent. Look for themes in the reviews. Is everyone talking about how great they are at educating new buyers through the process? Do multiple people talk about the agent spitting war savvy? Or is every review completely different, which could be a red flag? If you hired a new employee, you would probably call their references. Be sure you're vetting your new agent with the same level of care. How do you stay current with the local real estate market and industry trends? Does the agent primarily do condo sales, home sales, or both? If you're looking for a unique home or have a big checklist, will you get the knowledge and experience to find this home in a competitive market?
You're asking a lot of questions.
What about market statistics? Realtors that are informed with market trends won't hesitate to answer any questions on the performance of different neighborhoods. Real estate agents that constantly create YouTube videos, blogs, newsletters, or any form of information-based marketing tend to be more informed given the research required to create this content. How do you communicate with clients throughout the home buying process? Imagine you really like a home and you want to book a showing, but your agent is nowhere to be found. A few hours later, the seller receives an offer and they accept it, not knowing that you were ever interested. This would be a bummer.
You got that right?
Sure, I'm not saying your realtor shouldn't have a life or create boundaries. Maybe they're on a vacation or at an event or with with family or friends. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. But if you miss out on an opportunity this huge, I think that's unacceptable. This whole situation could have been avoided if this absence was communicated. How you will communicate throughout the transaction should be discussed early on in the relationship to set expectations and ensure there's always a backup plan. What is your approach for finding the right home? Buying a home has a lot of moving parts and there is a ton of information that needs to be explained. Things can get overwhelming if not handled with care. The last thing you want to do is miss a key step or get to a point where you're making a big decision without the proper knowledge. So make sure your agent doesn't give you some half-assed approach, or worst case, tell you they will just wing it or figure it out as you go.
Oh, no, that would be totally unacceptable.
Do you work full-time or are you a part-time agent? One of the most difficult challenges that part-time real estate agents face is scheduling. Obviously, it's not easy to be available for you all the time.
I would think that's impossible.
But when your agent is working limited hours, things can get tricky. The entire real estate industry is heavily based off of time. If you don't have enough of it, don't expect to jump on every great opportunity. If a part-time real estate agent can't take phone calls, answer texts, or respond to emails while they're working, this can be very frustrating. A full-time real estate agent will basically be on call 24/7. This is ideal in competitive scenarios where so much can happen in such a small window. There's been times where homes have sold in less than 24 hours. Had this agent not been on top of it, their client may have lost out on this opportunity. Can I see your real estate license? This seems pretty obvious, but always make sure you're working with a licensed professional. If you want to go a step further, do a quick Google search, see what comes up. You could check out their social media sites, which is very important when choosing somebody that will mesh with you. This also gives you some insight into their personal life, which can play a role in your decision. What are your thoughts on all these questions? Do you think it's a bit much? As a new buyer, would you prioritize the relationship that you have with your agent versus, experience? Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to thank you for watching. If you finished the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more informative videos like the one that I just created to help educate those looking to buy a home in the future and don't know where to start. Does this sound like you? Are you in the early stages of saving for a home but have no idea how much to even save or what the costs might be that come up? I think you should watch this video right here where I give you an in-depth breakdown of the minimum cost to buy your first home in Toronto.